Welcome to Players World, and tonight we're going to be doing something completely different, doing stuff about us.
Some random questions.
There you go.
My first question, isn't it true that you first fell in love with the Nottingham Panthers? You used to go to their games quite a bit, then stopped, came to the Blaze for a bit, stopped here, went back to the Panthers, and then eventually rejoined us back here in Cobb.
Okay, so some of it's true. So I first started coming to the Blaze. What year was it when we had Liam Stewart?
Oh yeah, Egdon.
So we had Liam Stewart, started coming in. I used to sit literally right over in that block, I think it was block 14. Started doing that, and then I moved house, and I was a little bit closer to Nottingham. So I think I went to about, I've been at least only 5 Nottingham Panthers games. So I weren't exactly obsessed about them, but I was a bit closer to them. I went to 5 games. And then one of my friends, funny enough, got into hockey. I got him into Nottingham Panthers. And still to this day, he's still a Panthers fan. But then all it took really was me coming to an away game here as a Panthers fan. And I just felt wrong. Like, this feels right being here. This is home.
So, we've obviously just said about switching alliances then. Bit of a flip-flop. So, that leads us on to this next question. You originally started out as a Ducks fan.
Here we go.
Went on to a massive Rangers fan. So much so that I've ordered you a couple of jerseys this season, I might add. And now you've gone back and flip-flopped onto Ducks again. So much so that even your wallpaper on this phone is now Ducks. What do you have to say for yourself? Are you a flip-flopper?
No, but haters are going to hate, aren't they? So, no, I'm not a flip-flopper. I just stuck to, again, what felt right, like the Blaze. That felt right to be a Blaze fan. And it feels right to be a Ducks fan, like I was a Ducks fan back in... Oh, shit, there you go. Got it for you. I think Joel did say earlier, get a video of it.
Yeah,
me tripping
nearly,
over.
Nearly.
No, I was a Ducks fan, basically, like in the early 90s. And it's, I grew up on, the reason why I got into hockey was the Mighty Ducks. So it felt nostalgic to kind of go back to it. And the reason why I fell in love with New York Rangers was simply I am a massive Trouba Train fan. I love Jacob Trouba. Absolutely love him. That's what made me fall in love with the Rangers. And New York is a beautiful city. But Trouba went to Ducks. I kept it cool, but I couldn't hold it any longer. So I had to go back to the Ducks.
So you mentioned, obviously, Trouba in that last one.
Yeah.
And that brings me to this question. Was there a specific player that made you fall in love with hockey in general? Or was your love for hockey already there before you kind of got to know Trouba as a player at the Rangers?
I think, yeah, because back in the 90s, I went off the Mighty Ducks, like I said in the last one, but I feel the real reason why I got into Anaheim Ducks was, can't really forget about him back in the 90s. He's Paul Kariya. Having the likes of Paul Kariya, Timmy Solani. So those are the ones what kind of influenced me to get into hockey, and that's kind of led me to the Ducks.
We're switching it up a little bit now. We've obviously talked about the good times, what got you into hockey. But has there ever been a moment as a fan where you've just thought, I've had enough, this is it, I'm done? Now, I'm asking this from obviously conversations we've had. So has there been that really point where you just thought, I know I can't be arsed anymore?
Yeah, like probably last season, near the end of last season. I had a few issues with my mental health as well, what wasn't great. And it led me down a few paths where I didn't want to be around in the ice hockey, didn't want to be around the crowds. And even before the Blaze, that's why I found it difficult going to Panthers games, just down to mental health, as you know, how big the arena is. And then you come here and you can take it in a little bit better.
As a fan, obviously we live in the highs and the lows of the sport, and there's times where we really do get heated with things. And again, I'm asking this because I know the example in my head. Has there been a time where you've just said or done something in the heat of the moment and then gone, I shouldn't have done that.
You know the
I
answer to
should
that.
not have done that.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, this season, we did an episode on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
I was that angry where we played Panthers, didn't we, at home? So I felt we were the better team in that game. There was chance after chance where we were on top. Then we went into overtime, and it was literally not far from where I'm standing. One of our players got taken out, and on due of that, Panthers went and scored a goal, and that ended our game, and we lost. That completely pissed me off.
Yeah.
To the point when we did our podcast episode, our reaction to the action, I said some really, really harsh words towards the referee. And in the moment, it felt great saying because I was annoyed.
Yeah.
But I look back on it and think, I was out of order. I said some real graphic words.
Yeah.
What doesn't need to be mentioned again.
Yeah.
The episode had to be taken down off YouTube because it was that graphic. Because let's face it, the commentary place it's a family place. So me saying what I said was pretty out of order. But at the moment, I think if you would ask me at that time, I think you did. Do I feel that's acceptable? Yeah, I thought it was acceptable because I was peed off with the referee.
Yeah.
But when I look back on it, I could have changed my words or two.
So I'm going to keep this in the same video just because obviously it kind of ties in. So obviously heat of the moment, you get emotional, things like that happen. However, the connections you've made at the club now, with some players and with some fans, do you feel those connections have helped you regulate better?
Oh, 100%, of course, yeah. Like, one of them's holding the camera now. I speak to him about my problems every day.
Emotional stress will me.
Yes. So it's definitely helped me because I've not only that, I've learned. You're right.
Really?
I've learned to, I've been, you got people to talk to.
Yeah.
And by having the group we've got, like yourself, Sam, Jonesy, we all look out for each other, and we've built a kind of a nice, we've built an amazing bond where we probably speak, on a daily. I don't say probably. We speak on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That group chat of ours is constantly on the go.
Yeah.
So I find it's been a massive, massive help, especially for me. And not only that, not just with the Blaze podcast. I've met people around this arena who have been nothing but supportive. Like, I had a couple of messages earlier about, have I gone quackers? I know what that means.
Yeah.
But it's just the friendly banter.
Yeah.
The first question to Danny is, so you're a volunteer at the Blaze, so people around the rink should be very familiar with you, but what would the volunteers have to say about you? Hey.
Arsehole. Weirdo.
That's a tough question, I thought.
No. I'm pretty self-aware of myself, so I can have a laugh and a joke, but I know when I can switch it up and be serious as well. I do the same at work, so if I had to do it in one-word answers, people would be like, some days they'll probably call me an arse, other days they might call me funny, other days they might call me weird. It depends on what mood I'm in. If I turn up to the rink in a funny mood, they'll see me in a funny mood. If I've had a bad day, then I'm grumpy. So I'm an arse. So
fair enough.
Either one. Any of the three. Take your pick.
This is a pretty easy one for you. At what age did you discover hockey?
So I'd say I was 10 or 11. Back in those days, it was the old Kicks 96 radio. They had a competition on to win tickets. My dad won them, we picked them up, and started watch hockey then. Didn't go like religiously every week, but went when we could. And then my dad's friend from work, who was a season ticket holder, I can't remember if she was away or she got us some tickets somehow again. So we went then, and that was like in the days where we had like Steve Chartrand, Carpenter, like before the Elite League started up, so the old BNL days. So yeah, probably about 10, 11 years old.
Next question then. For those that know you, we all know you follow Chicago Blackhawks. Why is that? Why is that? And why Chicago?
So I didn't have a team as such in the NHL. I kind of kept an eye on the Maple Leafs when I first started watching hockey for two reasons. One, we had Wade Belak during the Grand Slam year. Rest in peace, Wade. And two, my dad's got family out that way. So naturally, if I was ever going to go to Canada, it would be Toronto to see them. And ironically, I've done that. So yeah, that was, I didn't religiously support them. I just kind of kept an eye on them. I never really had a designated team. And then I was really into my wrestling in like the 09, 10 kind of a year. And CM Punk was my favourite wrestler. He was on a bit of a run, did a Nexus thing, had a bit of a challenge with John Cena. So I was like, okay, I like this guy. Looked him up from Chicago. Okay. Kind of like me, says it how it is, doesn't mind saying what he needs to say to get things done. And when I seen that there was a Chicago team, I was like, okay, I'll give them a follow. So I did. And then they won the Stanley Cup that year, 10. Yeah. And obviously they won it again in 13 and 15. So it just stuck. Slight little technical glitch, but it's fine. Now, obviously, I think like with football, when your parents support a team, you have to kind of follow that team. So my youngest lad, who's into hockey, follows Blackhawks because I follow Blackhawks.
On the scale of 1 to 10, how scary is it that your youngest son has decided he wants to be a goalie?
I played from the age of 12 anyway. I'm literally getting back into it slowly now. In terms of playing the sport, no scariness of obviously what he will do. I'm more scared of the fact what it's going to do to my wallet.
You can choose only one player from the current roster to be on the line with you from the Blaze. Who would it be and why?
Oh,
yeah,
that's difficult, you know.
Yeah.
Depends if I'm playing forward or D, because I played both. I could play forward, I played D. I was mainly a D man. People would say because of my height that's probably not a right thing to be, but height means nothing in hockey. I'll pick one from each position. On a D, just because we did have a couple of games together when we were younger, he was that good, he got bumped up a couple of age brackets. David Clements.
Yeah.
I think we played like 3 games together. Weren't on the same line.
Yeah.
Played 3 games together. And then if I had to pick a forward, there's a load. I could go Gleason, because obviously I like him as a player. I like how fast he is and how tenacious he is. I also like Constable because, again, he's gritty, he's grindy, he gets in and around things. But as a forward, just because I feel protected if he was out there, just because of his size, maybe a Mismash. Because he can hit, he can play forward. He's had a couple of tussles this year, having a bit of a fight at the start of the season. So yeah, I'd probably go Mismash.
Right, last question. Tell me something we don't know about you. So that could be even us lads from the Blaze world. That could be in general when you're volunteering. Hey, this could even to your wife. What does she not know about you?
What don't people know about me? Okay, I don't know if anybody knows this, and if they do, great. I think the only people that really know are the people that watched me. I'll give you 3 things. I've got a scar on my leg from when I took a skate blade playing a game. Not bleeding out, that sounds really bad, it sounds like I'm dying. I was bleeding during the game, but carried on playing because I wasn't going to let it affect me. My second one, another injury, training game here once, coming up this side of the ice, cut inside, guy caught me nicely, I went up and over, landed on I'm going off by what people are telling me, by the way, I don't actually remember any of this, landed on my neck here, out cold. Next thing I remember is being woken up in the middle of the ice around where 25 is in the hash marks. Paramedics over me, kit cut off, concussed, throwing up, not knowing what day it was. It was so bad that, remember on the old DVD players back in the day?
Yeah.
You could watch a DVD, when it gets to the end, it would go back and start the DVD again. I put a DVD on, watched it, fell asleep, thought I'd only been asleep for like half an hour because I woke up and the DVD was still on and it was like half an hour in the movie.
Yeah.
It had been a couple of hours and it had played like 3 times in that time I was asleep. So that, and then the third thing, I've got basically from here back, I've got no teeth.